The Barracks.
You gotta do this right.
Yes.
Before we get into it.
Yes.
On the nuts side, you do what you gotta do. I pledge allegiance to the code and the ways of masculinity. Never at any point should my decisions be affected by the feminine imperative. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen,
Boys and girls.
welcome back to another episode of The Barracks.
Soldier boys.
On when you look, you're right. The fish was on when you look, you're right. Your mommy, your daddy, your brother, your sister, the dog, the cat, the fish was on when you look, you're right. And that's the reason you look, you're right. I left my home. I left my home. To join the army. To join the army. I left my home. I left my home. To join the army. To join the army. The day I left. The day I left. My mama cried. My mama cried. She thought that I would surely die. Would surely die. I left my way. I left my way. I left.
Barracks.
Soldier boys, damn.
You know, soldiers back in the building.
Same, bro.
And we're just out here trying to drop knowledge for you. Like, comment, and subscribe. It is what it is. So today we'll be talking about the social market value and the sexual market value.
Yeah.
I would say this is a derivative of the first episode we did. We were just talking about the value systems, right?
Yep.
Alright, cool. Let's get into it. Social market value, sexual market value.
What's the difference? Is there a difference?
There is a difference. I assume there is a difference. I would say sexual market value is your level of attraction and being desirable to the opposite sex at any given point in time, right?
So that's social.
That's your sexual market
Sexual,
value.
right.
How desirable are you?
Desirable
for your peers and everybody else in the social marketplace in general. And then social, yo, who are your people, bro?
Who do you know?
You know,
Who
we don't
knows?
believe you. You need more people. That's your
Who
social
knows you,
market
right.
value, which is very tricky because women are really, really social and they're really into that.
Yeah.
They put a lot of value in their social market value.
But
That's right.
social market value is tied into that word validation.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We'll break it down, dumb it down. It's
Yeah.
attention.
Hey, bruh. We all get off on it, bruh. To be honest, like,
Yeah.
you want to be seen. You want to be noticed. You know? So now, maybe we'll get into, like, what makes a person, noticeable and things like that. Because it's not the same for everybody.
Yeah.
Particularly for men and for women.
Big difference.
You know?
Big.
So let's get into it, man. Sexual market value, man. Where do you think girls peak?
Age-wise or what?
Yeah, age-wise. Age-wise.
When they start to...
When they peak, when is a girl, like a woman, at her hottest or at her best or her most desirable? At what age? Give me a range.
Oh, range. Range is easy. Range is easy. The tricky thing would have been to pick a certain age. It's different.
There's a lot of factors.
There's a lot of big factors. But generally, younger to the later years of your teens.
Okay.
Your 17s, your 18s. I think if we're pushing it then. If we're
definitely pushing it.
If we're pushing it, because obviously we also have to talk about sexual market value. Are we talking about just dating and trying to hit, or are we talking about marriage?
Yeah, we have to encompass both.
Yeah, we have to encompass both. So if you're trying to do both, dating with the intention of marriage, and you are the age you are right now, late 20s, a girl your age is I don't know if it's a great thing. Personally, I don't know.
You think that's a no?
I don't know. For different reasons. Because now we're going to touch on what we spoke on previously. we're gonna talk about experience, right? Now, funny enough, when we were younger, we valued that and we thought that's what we wanted. That was desirable. Like, yo, Michael's got some skill,
let's do that.
Let's do that, and we shamed the purer hands. But now that you have the knowledge,
which is messed up,
the certain knowledge, it's twisted now,
which is messed
where
up,
the experience is of no value to you long term. It's just for that 5-10 minutes, and this other being can offer you so much more for a longer time.
True. Now that you bring it up like that, I even feel bad at times because I'm like, yo, now that we are where we are, we are the ones that did all those things to them and with them. Now we are the ones that are like, nah, not y'all, And I'm like, damn, but then we are the ones who ruined them in the first place. But now we ain't trying to take that.
We have to take the accountability.
You know what I mean?
We have to take
bro. That's cold. That's cold. But then again, the way things work, they were never ours to begin with. We're just growing up together. We had to do what we had to do.
But look, even when we're growing up, most of it, I think we are only entry level to the experience. Ultimately, most of the experience, even most of us as niggas, the bulk of your experience is not really with your age.
Touche.
So it's entry level.
But I think that only happens like in the middle of your 20s, like within your 20s, going all the way up. Because from like 16 to 20, it's just your peers the whole time.
Fully.
Because that's when we all start engaging in these activities, naturally anyway. And as we get older, then you realize like, snap, this is not valuable to me long term. I can't do this. And for her as well, it's like, yo, I can't do this. This nigga ain't got shit. You know what I mean? At some point, she starts making the decisions, man. She starts doing her math, and she's like, nah, man, it's time to settle down. It's time to chill, man. I need me some babies. I need me a husband. There ain't none of these niggas.
Nah, there's nothing for you. You're not offering anything.
So now, let's get into it, though. Specifics. Sexual market value.
I think we have to. There's that other word, bro, that people just brush over. Double standards.
Guys,
that's just not going anywhere.
Don't flip and bother me with double standards, bro. Like, men are not women, and women are not men. We can try to neutralize it and try to justify certain stupid things that we do, but the same actions don't have the same consequences for each gender.
Exactly.
Typically, women are gonna be mad about the sex thing and the bodies. That like, yo, how come dudes can be catching bodies but nobody really cares, and women will be catching bodies but then they're ashamed for it. We'll get into that. We'll really get into that. But let's make another example with maybe criminal activities.
Yes.
I'm getting more years for the same crime committed than a woman would get. Those are double standards. Why don't you complain about that? Why you want to complain about the things that need you to be accountable for your actions?
Accountability is a tricky word.
They hate it.
Yeah, that's true.
They hate it.
That's true. And we have had to be accountable for ourselves.
We are forced to be accountable by the state even. And as men ourselves. Like, you know when you're fumbling, like, yo, as in I'm fumbling right now. As a dude, you know what I mean? So if we're going to be using the same standards and same metric to judge everybody else, let it apply to everyone then. But they don't want to do that.
It doesn't work like that.
So now let's try and restructure the whole system then. But we can't be neutralizing things that shouldn't be neutralized. Not in a bad way. I mean, if I'm saying a woman's value is her beauty and her fertility and her youth, catching bodies takes away from your youth, bro. Takes away from youth. Not in a bad way. It takes away from youth. So at the end of the day, that will always be valuable. In as much as times are different now, we don't get virgins, we don't do that whole vibe. Still, that counts.
And here's the other thing, especially because now we're talking about how that word virgins and word different. I don't think most girls want a virgin.
Definitely. It's the value system is different because when they're looking at you, they're looking at a leader. no, I don't want to say a father figure because then now we're touching into daddy issues and all that. Nah. But let's look at that. Like they're looking at you as someone to lead me somewhere. So you should know more than I do for you to be able to lead me, which is fair, you know?
That's fair.
And that's it. And then for us, it's like, yo, why do I want to have something that everybody else has had and tossed to the side?
And
why do I want to
tossed
keep
to the
that?
side. Why do you want to keep it? Why are you keeping it?
That's not special.
Yeah. Ultimately, it also boosts our ego and confidence in a way. Because there's no value in you being around somebody and you can't provide them any new experience.
Facts. So now, you see what I mean? Now,
And that's in terms of everything,
bro.
Everything. Where places you go, what you can buy, places you can take her, and even in the bedroom, geez.
If you've been catching, if you've caught maybe let's say 10 bodies, out of
How
this,
old are you?
that also counts. But let's not get there. We'll get back to that. My point is, if you don't catch 10 bodies and I come through as the 11th dude, I have to outdo all them cats, even for you to want to kind of stay with me or rather push this thing for longer. You know? So now if I don't match up, there's always that banana dude there, dude number 3, that just shot his imprint, and then now I'm chasing the ghost of that banana. Forever and ever.
Mashed up a heart.
Now I marry you. You still have fantasies about that nigga.
Jeez.
As opposed to, I'm your first. You don't know anything else but me. If it's shit, you don't know it's shit.
That's right.
Because I'm the first. That's valuable to me.
To you.
As the man. Just as now, my value to you is I'm with him. Who is he in society? Then now we're tapping into the social market value. People respect women. Is all about that lifestyle. The social value, bro. They need social validation, and usually social validation for them is who they date and who they fuck. Unless they're busy doing something like on their grind and whatnot. But even then, still, I don't care how much money you're making as a woman. That's of no value to me.
Actually a box.
That's of no value to me, bro. So
And
they should stop that also.
Yeah, because look, the metrics does it. I mean, the way we measure this, you can't, because I'm moving this way and I'm successful and I'm making money and I'm doing my thing. Don't use that as a point for you to win me over. That don't work for me. You know what I'm saying? So your money, your education, toss that to the side.
You know, like in other instances, and man, more traditional people even discourage that. Because apparently when women are in these spaces, they really tap into their masculine energy more than their feminine energy. And masculine niggas can't deal with that.
Nah,
We don't niggas that. You know what I mean?
masculine.
You know, no. Let's not now discard everybody though. You know, there are some dudes that like to operate from their feminine.
Let's reason.
So it gets tricky that way.
Yeah.
It gets tricky that way. So hey, anyways, let's just come up with a couple criteria, man. What makes things work, you know? Because sexual market value for dudes, there's this thing, I forget what they call it. This V-shaped thing, but it's about your body structure as a man. You know, there's this certain structure that women just naturally gravitate towards, right?
Yeah.
What is it? Your personality. That's key as a man.
Confidence.
All that personality, dog. Because if your personality is clean, dog, you're definitely confident in who you are.
Yeah.
If you're the silent type, you're confident in that. If you're the
Yeah.
talkative type, you're confident in that. You know, that's just how you move. Height. Height, bruh. Unfortunately, that's not something you can change. But height.
Yeah.
Hands like tall dudes. At least be taller than her. Like you don't.
I
have
don't
to
even think
be-
that's enough anymore.
Word.
Most times will tell you, nah, 6 foot. Give me 6 feet though. At least. Right? Because again, it's not just about her at that point, I think. Because when she says, no, he must be at least 6 feet, she knows that not a lot of dudes are 6 feet. Yeah, boy. But we have to be realistic about these things.
Now, if you're demanding 6 feet, that means you're eliminating a significant percentage of the population, or at least people within your social circle that you could get a bit from.
You see what I'm saying?
Right? So, are you worth a 6 foot nigga? Yourself.
Yeah.
You know? People must think about that.
Because the average, globally, the average height of a man is
5'8", 5'9".
5'7".
Shit.
Yeah, and 5'7", 5'7", that's about 170 centimeters.
Meters.
1.7.
Not bad, but yeah. Because 6 feet, man. That's 6 feet is quite
6 feet.
You know, now you got niggas doing 6'3", 6'2", 6'4".
Rather.
That's NBA sizes, man.
Exactly. That's what they're looking for. But even then, they're a small demographic of the population. Yeah, boy. So you're slimming your odds.
Facts.
And on top of that, what else? You must be good looking. You must have money. You must have social status.
Yeah.
You must have the shit in order.
Yeah.
Realistically, really, is that feasible? Because you have to pose the question, what do those niggas want?
That's, for me, that's where I was getting at now. Because I'm okay, cool. You want what you want. But now, are you what they want as well?
Criteria.
You know, can you meet their criteria? Because you have your criteria, cool, we get it. Do you meet their criteria as well? The people that you want. And most of the time, that's not the case. Not in a bad way, but usually with Hans, bro, the loudest ones are the trickiest ones. I bet you, dog. Like, I bet you. Like, if you really think about it, look at it, dog. Every Hans that's like an activist in all these women issues and whatnot, like all these crazy ideas, you know. No, because there is a real plight that women have, like when it comes to them complaining about equality and whatnot. Some of it comes from a good place, but the execution is always shit. Fully, you know. But then now, how are you demanding something that you are also unworthy of? Not in a bad way, because you don't meet the criteria. It's like me now, hoping to score with the high quality hand.
And marry her.
No, not even marry her, just score with the high quality hand. Now, if I say high quality hand, I mean young, making her own guap, feminine, beautiful, and then I'm me.
She's got the pick of the list. She can have whoever she wants.
You know what I mean?
So
and then why would I expect her to pick me without even matching her, at least on her level? I don't even have access to people like that because I'm not on that level.
But you feel you're deserving of.
No. We need to cut that. And also, I hate the word deserve, bruh. Like, I deserve this. No, bitch, you don't deserve shit. You ain't work for that. Nah, fam. You shouldn't be getting special treatment just for existing.
Yeah.
You should be special.
You have to stand up.
You know what I mean? Shout out to Isha Curry, yeah?
Isha Curry. Oh, man.
So, it's one of those things, man. That's just it, man. Social market value, sexual market value.
Yeah.
And I think in most places, in most instances, it then coincides together because how you look, your money, rather your resources, then tap into your social status as well. You know, sexually, yes, it makes you attractive because girls like you, and then socially, you are relevant because if you have a lot of guap, you're doing something, and that means you're affiliated with certain people,
of course,
in certain structures.
Of course, it's a chain,
you know.
Right.
And then now, women. Sexual market value. What do you think their sexual market value would be rated based upon?
Body count.
Okay. Youths. The youth, damn. The youth, fam.
The single moms are gonna kill us. Lord.
Nah, the youths, man. The youths count. No,
it's a victim.
Let me just say this.
But again, there's a double standard there.
That's what we're gonna address.
There's a double standard.
That's what we're gonna address.
There's a double standard.
About ladies, man. I'm sorry I have to say this, but yo, youths, Youths fucking make you depreciate.
What are youths?
Oh, youths are children, by the way. Children, the kids.
The offspring.
Those are the youths, the cubs, as they like to call them.
The cubs, yes.
Those things take away from your sexual market value by default. Like, you can't fight it, you can't do anything about it. You can be the prettiest woman in the world. A kid, -2 points. Another one, minus another 2.
So if you're 10 and you got 2 youths, you're saying this mom is a 6 now?
Yeah. A clean 10, dog. Even if she can maintain a body and maintain a shape, the 2 youths make her
So
6.
what's your biggest issue with the kids?
There's no issue with the kids, bruh. The issue with the kids is that they are not mine. That's the main issue. They are not my kids. So now you are adding other people into my space and what I'm trying to create with you, And if we're gonna have a situation and you keep your kids away from me, then that works. But then now women are very entitled, to having a good package even when they don't deserve it.
Yeah.
Don't expect me to play any role in your child's life because that child is not my child. I'm not obligated to do anything or build a bond with said child. Should I do that? That's on me. Because
on you, yeah.
What happens usually is that even if you build a bond with a child that's not yours, and then you lose the relationship with the mother of said child. Now you have built a bond with the child, and the child has built a bond with you. What happens now?
It's collateral damage, bro.
You see what I mean? Now the child's life is ruined because they have this father figure that they didn't have before, and then they lose that nigga.
Yes.
Now the child is messed up. Now I'm messed up because I built a relationship with the child.
It's natural.
So let's not do that in the first place. But then women will always want to make the connotation that if you can't accept me with all my baggage, then you don't really care about me. No, it's not that I don't care about you. Your baggage is just heavy for me to carry.
Yeah, it's not my load.
That's all.
It's not my load. And ultimately, if the conversation is about the youths, then the thing is, you are adamant about your youths, and that's fine. You care about your youths, but they're important to you.
Yeah.
You made that decision. Yeah. So don't make me pay for
what decision you made
with the next man. Even worse. If it was a virgin birth,
you know what I mean?
Bring the youth there.
Come on.
Bring the youth there.
So that one will always be sensitive.
It's always touched.
Now on the double standard element, for dudes that have kids. Look, man, this is the one time where things don't work for women and they want to complain about that. But think about it. The reason the double standard exists is because most of the time the men never have custody of their kids anyway.
That's true.
They belong to their mothers. So it's true. You know what I mean? Like if I get a baby girl pregnant, she's keeping the kid most of the time.
And the state dictates.
You know what I mean?
Fortunately.
So I'm gonna be paying child support then. Fuck. I don't want to do that, but shit, let's do that. I pay child support, but you keep the kid. So now that affects your prospects when it comes to getting a new mate, because now you're out there moving with my child. And for me, I do have a child, but nobody ever gets to see the child but me. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm gonna go see my son.
That's for the normal.
Baby, I'ma call you later, I'm gonna see my son.
Yeah.
That's it. But for you, that nigga has to come there and see you and my son. That just exists. It has to happen like that. Because then, if you want things to be all the way fair, then let me have custody of
Let me have custody of my
Let me be a
single
single
happy with that.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Because you want to move, right?
Move right. Bring the youth. You see? We have a problem again. So deal with the consequences of your decisions and the state favoring.
Be accountable, right? And then don't seek pity when these things, the decisions that you have made are now affecting you.
No, but the thing is, bro, Hans will always get pity, bro, from niggas. Because niggas is trying to get some ass, bro.
Yeah.
Shit, I could use me some baby mama ass. I don't mind.
I hear that.
I don't mind.
I hear that.
But now don't be expecting more than that. Because you've kind of limited your chances of getting something solid by having youths by another dude. Because people need to ask these questions, bro. Like, also women need to be accountable for that. Like, how dare you have 2 kids from 2 different dudes and then expect someone to come in and swoop in and save your family? Why didn't those niggas stay?
As a nigga, you must ask yourself that question.
Always.
Yeah.
Always. But also as the woman, ask yourself that. Why do they all come and leave? What do I do that chases them away? Because we are not all crazy. No, some situations, though, some niggas, it's just assholes.
Yeah,
that's cool.
fully. We're
You know
gonna
what I
say
mean?
that.
Some dudes
We're
is just
not
like,
moving right.
you know what I mean? They ain't about that life. But then if it's always happening to you, what are you doing wrong? Ask yourself. You know?
Problems.
Anyway, man, yeah, we've been going off sexual social market value. I just feel like women, because they are more sociable creatures than we are, they really care so much about their social market value. That's why there's so much on social media, and even when they're on social media, there's elements of vanity because they're always posting pictures of themselves. You know, just to seek that validation from the global community, I guess. That double tap means a lot.
It means more than it should.
Yeah.
It really means more than it should. They'll do a lot to get it. You know? Do a lot to get it. I think even some niggas also moving fine, bro.
Facts.
For the social.
Facts.
My nigga, this is bigger than that.
Bali, attention is a drug, Joe. Attention is a drug, bro. Like, you know, the way the girls be moving, dog, it's a bit tricky because you're not just looking for validation. You know, seeking validation from a person, that's cool because that's an attachment of some sort.
Yeah.
But seeking validation from the world, that's terrible because now you're gonna move how the world dictates for you to move, and that's never beneficial to you. It's beneficial to the people that set up these policies and put all these structures in place for them to make up.
Yeah.
So if we're all being led like sheep, nobody gets to win because we're all doing the same thing, chasing clout. I'm not mad at you chasing clout, but chase it right.
How do you chase clout right?
Do something that's of service to the people and something that the people actually need. Because now what you're getting is not clout, it's attention. Because I feel like there's a slight difference
Between clout and attention.
You get attention if you're moving wrong, but you also get attention if you're moving right.
Yeah.
Move right.
So wrong movement is clout.
Yeah.
Right movement.
Attention. And pillar attention, you seek attention for different reasons. If you're seeking attention just to be validated, or rather for the validation of being a certain human being or being a certain someone, that's petty, but it's cool.
Yeah.
You know, but it's cool. But if you're seeking attention to push something that the society needs, or maybe product for yourself, or whatever the case, then I respect that. You know? So yeah, women very fussy about their social market value. You know, do people see me? Do I have like 10,000 followers? Am I one of those hunts, you know? As for niggas, social market value and sexual market value, I think we rate it the same.
Yeah,
we rate it the same. It's like, yo,
that's because we don't really want it much.
niggas don't care, bro. It's like, yo, do Hans like me? Is it the Hans that I like? Good.
Is it enough for me to get? I'm good.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So hey, I don't know. We just need to understand why we do some of the things that we do, bro. Because literally people will do anything for clout. I'm just trying to get them to understand why they're thinking that way. Why do you seek validation from the world so much?
Why is it so important?
Why is it so important to you? You know what I mean? Like to a point where you have it's usually women, so I'll be making examples with women. If I'm wrong, give me the other examples of dudes, right? Because I don't know. Anyway, you have situations where, because validation, the first key of validation, like for women, if you approach a woman with the intention to smash, that's validation already. She's attractive enough for you to want to smash, right?
Yeah.
Now fast forward, you put that chick in a monogamous situation. Now I've given you the ultimate validation. I gave you a ring. Yo, I made you my wife. Ultimate validation.
Yeah.
But because they are social people, they still need more validation than that. You already have a husband. That's your validation. Now you need validation from other niggas. Why?
What's going on?
Why?
Ma'am, what's going on? Really,
Why?
truly, ma'am, what's happening?
But it is what it is. They need that validation. So now, shout out to Aisha Curry again. I gotta shout out, man. This is the validation she needs, though.
She needs to give it to you now. Steph, don't be mad at me.
See what I mean? It's like, yo, here you are in the position you're in.
And look, you have to also be cognizant of how lucky you are to be in that position. Let's not
anything that you don't deserve, you take for granted. Because I'm not saying she didn't deserve mans, but she didn't do anything to get mans. She just knew mans and mans liked her.
Yes.
That was it. You didn't do anything to deserve that. Before anything else. Before he was him.
Yes. Before the world knew him to be the man he is right now.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is just someone that liked you and chose you. You weren't entitled to that. And then what did he do? He became a man. He acquired resources.
Now he's valuable.
He acquired resources. What else did he get? Status. Now, by association to him, your resources are intact. Your status is in check as well.
Yes.
What more do you want?
The legacy is built already.
What more do you want? Validation from who?
From who? For what?
From who, bruh? I'm a double tap, but I'm just a dizzy virus, dog. That doesn't do shit for you. Why do you want that when you already have everything else here?
Yeah. But ultimately, now you have to ask the question, is it worth it in the end?
For us or for them?
For us. Because if you are Steph Curry in this country and you get your Aisha Curry and she's moving land and it's like, dog, I chose you, man. You know what I'm saying?
Out of all the options
because the key thing that we also need to talk about now is we control access to relationships.
Yeah.
And they
control
access to
sex.
physical action that happens, right? So this can happen, but you don't feel the validation that you get
the other hand
until that happens.
Yes.
Yeah, well, so if your resources are in order, the society respects and values you. Your talent is serving the community as well, changing lives, built a good life for your family and your youths. Your youths are going to eat off your name after you're gone, and that's still not enough.
I think it's never enough, dog. It's really never enough. Going back to your question, is it worth it?
Yeah.
Partly why we call this the Barracks, because we need to get back into the mode of being soldiers and militant and doing everything we do, right? Now, to answer your question, it's only worth it if your woman joins your platoon. Because women are with you, but they never join your platoon. You know, and what I mean by that is this. Now that you are in the space, baby girl, you move according to the code of this space that you're in. You don't move outside of that, touche. You don't move outside of this. And if a woman makes the conscious decision to agree to those terms and conditions, then it's worth it. But unfortunately now, they are conditioned to not agree with not just that, but not anything else that you bring to the table as a way forward. Is it worth it? Nobody knows.
I was hoping to hear a definite answer.
Nobody knows.
Yeah, man.
Because the thing is, you're not gonna get a girl to fall in line with the program. The fact that I'm even speaking like that, saying fall in line with the program, people are gonna be asking me, who do you think you are?
Who the F are you, bro?
You know what I mean? So I'm like, alright, cool, bet. Do what you wanna do. I ain't going into that though. Smash, dash, and then you the asshole. Because like, yeah, I like you, I'm attracted to you, so I'm trying to hit, but I'm gonna hit, I'm gonna be out.
Yeah. Because
you ain't trying to move right. That's it. And then the ripple effect. Now you have all these hands that you've hit because they're not trying to get into the program. Now figure, do the same thing. Now figure, do the same thing. And then we are trash? Nah.
We are trash. Allegedly. You know what I want. You know, but obviously all the accountability is always falling on us, right? And it goes back to that tweet that you said you read this morning about how when you're moving right, it'll fall into place accordingly.
Facts. Don't. Anytime also as a man, you have to tell a girl to act right or try and make a girl act right, then you've already lost.
Yeah, don't.
You're not who you're supposed to be at that point for her to act right. Or she's not who you think she is. She shouldn't be in your life anyway. I think that's another thing niggas need to learn how to take. Some L's, bro. Like,
concede.
By Legabi, I thought this was that, but no, it wasn't that. You know?
Take your L and move, dog.
That's it, dog.
Life goes on.
That's it.
And that's also some barrack energy. You get into the trenches,
facts.
you get into the dirt, dust yourself off, move on.
Carry on. Now I got you can still move.
Got your cat. What's your problem?
It is what it is. But yeah, man, I know we didn't really get deep into some of our points that we wanted to really bring out, but it is what it is. If you have anything to add in social market value and sexual market value, you should do that, you know. But as it stands right now, we're all just trying to figure this thing out. But all I know is that we're not moving how we should be moving, and we need to talk about these things, just at least so we get to a point where we start moving right.
Yeah, we think about moving, because we ain't even thinking about moving.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
We're not even thinking about it.
Facts, man.
We're not.
I don't know, man. I just feel like women should stop fucking taking these foreign ideologies and doctrines and trying them into their lives in a society that doesn't function that way. Also, men, stop seeking validation from women. That's the first mistake that you make. Bruh, dog. Now we wear skinny jeans. Why? Because girls told us they would look good in us.
That's facts.
Then we wear skinny jeans.
Yeah.
Why, dog? That's not a part of your culture. That's not what you believe in. That's not who you are.
And this is how you pressure test that. Wear those things around your dad. What's your body gonna say? X, you're laughing. What's your body gonna say? You know what I'm saying? Where did you on?
Okay.
Done.
Anxiety to seeking validation from women. The fade thing, fake cuts, because women like it. Certain things because women like it. It's like, yo, bruh, women like a lot of things, bruh. And if you're gonna do that, I'm telling you, you will never be happy and you will never be enough. Because you are doing what women like, and they give you the validation.
They'll give it to you.
That. So you're like, but now, is it validation? Because my validation, though, comes in the form of what's the most sacred. And that's the gods. That's the gods. If you gonna get some gods, acting how you act, it's like dudes being in line with the feminine imperative.
Yeah.
You see, I understand being in a position where you empathize and you sympathize and you really try to understand why people are crying and complaining. That's cool. I understand.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Now you're gonna identify as a feminist.
How?
As a whole man with two balls in a pee-pee.
Yo. A male feminist.
I don't know.
Feminists are coming for the
I don't know.
Coming
Like,
for the men.
I really don't have like a problem with all these structures and these ideologies, bro. But I'm like, yo, if this is gonna be feminist, bro, do we need to create a situation where there's fucking madness?
Yeah.
Or they call it misogynist, huh?
Yeah, no. If you're anti-feminist, you're misogynist. Unfortunately. Yeah,
Nah,
Ganzi, the roots of that word, the meaning of that word is men who hate women.
yeah. Bro, we don't hate women, bro. My thing is this: I'll always be aggressive, and I'll always be very critical when it comes to women, and that's because I do actually love them a lot. So I'm trying to be in a space where I love something that's good for me, because right now women are like heroin, bro. It's nice, but it's bad for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't want my women to be heroin, bro. I want them to be soul and good for me. As I indulge in that, it must be good for my life.
Yeah.
And it must be good for my health.
Yeah, for you.
But right now, they're so fucking toxic, bro. It's fucking heroin. It's like, yo, bro, fuck. I need my fix. And then it's a wrap. My whole life goes into shame. Dying. Let's not do that. Let's not be those people. Let's not be those people. Like, I hate that the sexes are fighting, so let's not fight. Because we need to coexist.
Yes. Ultimately, we have to find a way.
We need to coexist, bro.
A way where no one loses.
Yeah. Fact.
I think that's important. Because, look, people will just sit here and think we are just, adding fuel to the fire. It's like, nah, bro. Like, we want us to be able to live nicely and coexist.
I feel like the only way then everyone wins, it's either one. We change our grading system and the metric system of what makes us valuable to each other, number one. Or number two, we accept what is and move accordingly and not now be shaming people for how they move. That's the only way we can find a way forward. That means, in essence, I'm saying, hey, bruh, if the value system is how it stands, do what you gotta do to be the highest value of yourself in order to get the highest value of what you want. You know? So now, at 40, don't look at me funny and don't try and shame me for bagging myself a 22-year-old.
Yes.
Let's
Wait,
not
who's
do
shaming?
that. It's obviously the older hands. It's my peers. It's
Why
my
did you pick
counterparts.
me? Why did you pick me?
I can't pick you.
Why?
It's late.
Why didn't you pick me?
It's late.
Late
It's late.
how?
It's bad value for me. I'm getting a raw end of the deal.
So you're saying I'm
Basically, dog, I'm buying a 2 million car at 2 million with some miles on it. With some miles on it and no service plan. Itang fela nang phuma la bathi ngibhadele 2 million for imoto lengasi brand new. Itang fela la ndleleni. Why should I do that? Nangabe kodwa ke sta ufuna ukuthi ngithenge le moto. Cha ngehliseleke. Let me pay 400 keys for it. Ngengithuke na ngifela la mgaqweni. Because I paid 400.
I paid 400 keys.
Ngiyathi ne mileage yayo ukuthi njani. For 2 million?
That's a lot of money.
Mileage?
It's a lot.
Nah, fam. Nah. You know, that's just a more friendly example, because if I had to put that down to exactly what it is, people would be more mad than they are now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So at least this is a bit more bad.
It's a little softer on the flow.
You know what I mean?
Softer.
So that's that. And also us as dudes, you need to embrace yo, fit. From where you are, you ain't shit. You don't bring value into that woman's life, dog. Don't even bother her.
Don't stress.
Don't even bother her. Right now, what's gonna work for you is to go to a woman who doesn't need that kind of value because she has that herself.
Yeah.
That's where you belong right now. Your service is to lay some pipe and some good vibes.
Exactly. And if that is what you're ultimately looking for in life, though, because if you're looking to excel, get to her level and exceed, you may have to take your time, relax, and build. Because that's going to be a stumbling block later on.
Facts.
Because the higher you go, the more successful you are, the more access you get. And then you'll start looking at your initial investment like, this wasn't the one.
So we all need to be cognizant of that. Like, guys, we always gonna rate each other, bruh. Like, you fall somewhere in the hierarchy. Not in a bad way. You fall somewhere in the hierarchy. Like, a rich man is not the same as a poor man. No matter how in looks and personality. The richer guy is gonna get more out of life. Same thing with Hans. The smart one and the attractive one.
Okay.
So you need to play yourself at your rate and know where you belong. You know, stop trying to standardize things because they are not in your favor. Let's not be those people. So let's just be honest with each other and treat each other as who we are and what we are. Respectfully, yes.
Respect.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Oh man, I think we've touched on the topic, spoke on it,
Yeah,
reasoned.
we spoke a little bit just to get people, you know, where they need to be when they're thinking about these things. You know what I mean? You know, because we can talk all day, breaking everything down. You know, but right now the point is, let's understand the difference between social market value, sexual market value. Sexual market value: are you attractive? Do we want to smash you? Do we want to be with you? Social market value: do you bring some positivity and some resources into my space? And that's it.
Does the society recognize and respect you?
Yeah, you know, that's it.
These things matter.
And which is funny because women value social market value more and men value sexual market value. When I look at a girl, I be like, yo, she's attractive, you know. If I'm trying to smash her, I know everybody else trying to smash her as well, regardless of preference. You are that good. You are that fly as a hand.
But sometimes it's a pissing contest. Because everybody else wants her socially as well. She's somebody in society.
But because she's pretty.
Sometimes she doesn't even have to be a 10. Just because everybody knows that she's out there, it's like, we chat to me.
Then now it depends on what she's known for. Depends on what she's known for. Because if Like, cause you like, I know a couple like fly gorgeous lawyers, bro. Like, cause I mean, okay, she's a lawyer, you know. Those are intangibles for men, though. The fact that your girl is a lawyer doesn't really do much for you.
It does not.
Unless you're out here moving weight and you're out here doing things that need girls, then good. Then you need one. You know what I mean? But typically it's like, I don't care if she's a lawyer, but she fly. Can she have my babies? Good. Let's do that. Is she feminine? Let's do that. You know what I mean? Then we do that. You know, Ganzi, for them, it's literally the other way around. Because you could be like the most unattractive nigga physically. But if your guap is right, and your name is heavy in these streets, it's a wrap.
You've won. Fully.
So hey, I think for me, my advice to niggas, bro, focus on yourselves, kings. Build yourself up to be the highest value you can possibly be, because that gives you more option in terms of mates and high quality women. Because if you are high value, you meet more high quality women because of the spaces you're in.
Yes.
And Hans, also, my advice would be just act right, man. Don't get excited. You know, don't get excited. Life is not what you think it is. Don't get excited. Move right. You know, and people are gonna come and say, but then having a man is not my ultimate goal in life. What. It's fine. Do that. Lie to yourself. It's okay. At the end of the day, though, just move right. And if you want to move dizzy, cool, move dizzy. But then, when now you have to live with the consequences of your actions and your decisions, don't expect us to feel a type of way about it and treat you a certain way.
That's that pity I was talking about.
We're not gonna give you that. You made those decisions. You did what you wanted to do. Now you're gonna pay for it.
Live with them.
Live with it. Be accountable for your own actions, please. That's all I'm saying. I think I'm gonna cap it there. Anything more to add?
No, man, I don't think so. I think we've touched on it, spoke on it. It's clear as day.
Hey, I can only hope so.
Well, to us, it's clear as day.
I can only hope so, man.
If it's still blurry, hit the man up.
Yo, hit us up, man. Like, comment, subscribe, man. Ask those questions. Let's engage. Let's make this fun, because this is not a dictatorship.
No.
That we're out here giving you guys a new mandate to live on. But it's something to think about, you know? Just so we can all grow as a society.
As a society.
It's Fumani, Masuwu,
Mr.
Barracks,
sir.
out.
We move.
You don't owe me anything. I'm not the type to put a wedding ring, and me doing this is not a thing. So don't you act up, mommy. Don't put me in the midst of things. I'm just complimenting what you bring. A bit amnesia trying to figure what you bring. So don't you act up, mommy. You are one that very thing, but I am one with me, the purest scene. You playing self and playing me, it's just what it is. So don't you act up, mommy. You cannot be curving kings. How you tell they never speaking ill of any man focused on their cream. So don't you act up, mommy. A piece of land, a piece of ass. I like me jazz, but tonight the traps got me possessed with your funky sass. So don't you act up, mommy. Keep it private when they ask. I like me sister that be holding class. I'm touching up my game and pretty fast. You won't act up, mommy. Please don't attend your phone. Please don't attend your phone. Please do switch off your phone.
Switch the phone off.
Please do switch
Keep it
off your phone.
Yo, we in the city for the night show. Out of place, but we always keep the swag on flight mode. The goals are litty, so it's time to check the guy code. A certain one is pretty, but she'll give it to the guy old. Okay, fair enough. Dog, I gotta tag you in. Careful though, you loser if your game is trying to drag your feet. What you need to do is just get it from a table and spend a bit or take it to the car if you ain't able. Divide and conquer, the strategy is simple. Secluded, you might even get to sucking on the nipple. I mean, she picked you, maybe it was to trick you, but flip it and become a G and show her what the dick do. That's the G thing, simply the way you play a role. Winger make the passes and the striker gotta score the goal. Breeze a hat trick, the team will get a W, cause pimping is your culture, so macking should never trouble you. Breeze a hat trick, the team will get a W, cause pimping is your culture, so macking should never trouble you. Ghost.
Please don't attend your phone. Please don't attend your phone. Please do switch off your phone. Please do switch off